Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play some Latin rock, a song by Santana, Smooth. I'm constantly surprised by the requests I get from my supporters on Patreon, and someone recently asked me for Smooth by Santana, and it's a Latin rock thing. It's great fun. It's not the kind of thing I would very often get the chance to play. In fact, I've never had the chance to play this. But if there's a band out there who wants a fiddle solo on Smooth, then I'm your man. Anyway, so this was a hit in 1999 for Santana, along with Rob Thomas on vocal. I'm going to show you the guitar intro. I'm going to show you the basic riff and some ideas for how to do a solo. Now, I started working on this maybe about a month ago. I made a few notes and then I came back to it last week. And one of the notes I made right at the beginning was pudding, stomp, crash. And when I saw this, what I'd written a few weeks previously, I wondered what on earth had been going on in my brain when I wrote pudding, stomp, crash. I thought, was this a minor psychotic episode? And then I listened to the beginning, the drum intro, and what we have is pudding, stomp, crash, dum-ba-dum-bum-bam. So that was my way of interpreting that rather tricky little intro. So you get pudding, stomp, crash, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1. Now there are two versions, well at least two versions of this by Santana. One, I suspect slightly shorter than the other, doesn't have the second line, but the one I learnt it from does have. So let me just give you that intro again. Then we have the main lick. So it's only 2 lines long, 6 bars in fact. I think the bowing is quite important. So I'm slurring the first 2 notes. And both of those I'm doing as down bows. And then 2 down bows again. And I'm playing that G sharp with my forefinger. I think it's quite a lot easier than stretching the first finger. The format of this part, it changes a bit. So I think the first verse, you do 3 lines of the first 4 bars. Do 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 down. Do 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 do, and then again do 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 down, and then the descending bit. Like that, and sometimes it's only twice, not 3 times. But you can manage perfectly well without really remembering that, because assuming you're playing this with a guitarist or a band, they at least are going to know what's happening there. So if you were playing this with a band, you're probably going to have a guitarist who's going to want to do that intro. But if it's just a duo, then that intro will be very welcome. And the riff is going to be very welcome because the guitarist is probably not going to do that. Then when it comes to a solo, you've got to hope for the longest possible solo. because this is great fun to solo on. You can do all of the soloing, apart from that there's a very occasional E7 chord that kind of punctuates the end, which I don't include in what's in the main riff, where the E7 you can kind of ignore. So for most of the solo you can play the A minor pentatonic, or the slightly dressed up version of that, which is the A minor blues scale, adding the flattened fifth. So patterns and riffs based on those scales are going to do you very nicely for the solo. A couple of special licks I might use, the double E lick, which is your second finger sliding up to the open E and doubling it. So that's going to be very useful. What I call the 1-2-4 lick, which I did a video about some while back. 1-2-4. You might also do the minor 9 lick, basically just holding the B note over an A minor. That's very effective. So I'll take it from the beginning. I'll play the opening guitar riff, I'll play the main backing riff, and then I'll go into soloing, and I'll use A minor pentatonic, I'll use the A minor blues scale, I will do the double E lick, the 1-2-4 lick, and the minor 9 lick, and lots of others as well. And so on. And either you have two scenarios: the crowd has gone absolutely crazy, you have become godlike in your powers, or the crowd has left and you've been kicked out from the band, one or the other. Anyway, I find that extremely fun to play. I hope at least one person out there is going to learn this tune and play it with the band and not get fired. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you'd like a copy of the sheet music, do subscribe to the channel, send me an email, I will send you a PDF. And thanks for watching, I will see you again soon.